we're back for another episode of the Youth Ministry Booster Podcast. Chad Higgins, good to be back with you in the garage, man. Thanks for coming out again.
Both, whether you're listening in your car, on your walk, or now if you're joining us
watching
on the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes, yes.
How come the older people get,
the more thes they put?
Well, any sort of tech is like almost there. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like the YouTube.
Well, I think everything gets really definitive, right? It becomes like the definitive pronouns, or it's like I need the remote, and it's the YouTubes,
or it's like, what are you kids playing?
Yeah, what's the news? what's the new with you? Yeah, it's there's a certain level to that, 100%.
How many youth pastors do you think on YouTube are having to come off of like their kids watching Ryan's World?
Oh, that's good.
Into this.
I mean, we're probably populated along the algorithm of some
Are
kind.
we in the algorithm of Ryan's World?
Where it's Ryan's World, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild walkthrough, Pokemon, crack packs, YouTube Ministry Booster. Yeah,
that's what this needs to become.
Yeah, we're just cracking packs. Just Pokemon card cracking packs. Just look what we got. Yeah.
It's a Charizard.
Listen, man. Okay, so not that anybody else cares.
I care.
But if you've been a fan and following my boys,
they're getting into it.
We are into it. Like there's a very real possibility this studio gets run over and becomes a Pokemon trading card channel. It almost became. They got really into the World Cup, so I think we're probably a couple months past now by the time this comes out. World Cup, they're in it. Everybody's a fan of Messi now. But the stickers, so Panini that makes the trading cards that everybody loves to collect and do, they did sticker books, so you could buy packs of stickers, peel them, stick them. They had rarity levels, but it's like a book of like 400 plus sticker things to get. They got after it.
They pulled them all off.
They have two books they're working on. They were really cool. It was a really cool thing. They worked together. They're trying to fill one before they fill the other.
Okay.
So any duplicates went to the second book. But Panini, give a shout out to them. Like they do set up where you can like send a thing in and get up to 40 that you don't have, like to help kind of fill it out or whatever. Okay. I think we're almost there on the first book.
It's really nice of them to allow you to buy cards.
Buy more specifically. Right. Not just randomly, but also specifically. Yeah. Thanks for the retail. Yep. So
your boys are probably gonna find out in like 30 years that if they wouldn't have pulled them off and left them,
right,
they're now worth like 10x.
Yeah, the rare messy one actually worth real money. Yeah, the problem is they've been working so hard; their books are just like shredded, like the edges are folded and ripped, and it's fine. It's all great. Yeah. Fair. We're talking. This is the GOAT year, right? MGA 23.
You're leading into
I hear like there are some LeBron fans, not fans.
The greatest ever.
Greatest year ever. It's happening. We want to talk about greatest. We talked about maybe some achievement, like tracking, hopes, gains, goals. And we talked about in the last episode, some of that comes down to smaller increments, like measuring in the day, the hours spent. So I think there's a conversation, and I kind of want to know, maybe our folks want to know, like, if you could plan any day, best day ever, greatest day ever, work day. Like if you like feeling, because you talked about in the last episode, a lot of us end up by Friday or end of the week not feeling great.
Yeah.
Maybe we spent more time on this or we didn't get enough done. So rewrite the script, greatest day ever. No unplanned interruptions. Wife's healthy, kids are healthy, great work day.
Normal day.
Wi-Fi works all day.
Oh, wow.
The Wi-Fi runs. No computer issues whatsoever.
By the way, this is going to become a series over the next few months.
We do have some greatest ever.
In a row. We're going to mix up some stuff. But you're going to be looking out for the best.
GOATs. Just GOATs. Yeah, GOATs everywhere.
We'll mix it up, not just the best day. But today we're going to be talking about the best day.
Work day ever, yeah.
We will start by saying, now that we work at Lifeway, our day looks very different than it did when we were on church staff.
It even looks a little different now than it did 2 years ago. Because when I started in 2019, pre-pandemic, it was just a different world. So, yeah, it's all a little different.
Greatest day. We'll go kind of back and forth, start at the beginning of the day.
Okay. Or do you want to paint yours and like give commentary?
Well, I want to hear what you say, because if you do something, I'm like, wow.
I'm in, yeah.
I'm going to, my best day ever is Jordan Zach.
They're hanging out, yeah.
Okay, so best day ever for me in the type of work we do now.
Yep.
I will say I like to kind of wake up around that 6 o'clock mark.
Okay, 6 a.m. is your time.
I like 6 a.m.
Rested, ready.
I feel good at 6 a.m.
Okay.
Without alarm, that's kind of when my body starts waking up.
Okay.
I'm putting my slippers on. Okay.
Yeah, love
Dude,
it.
here's the deal. Best purchase of 2022.
Oh, okay.
Good slippers.
Good slippers.
Around the house.
Okay.
I like a
House
good.
shoes?
I didn't know.
House shoes. You got the house shoes.
I like a good house shoe.
Like a Montessori school. You got your outside shoes and your inside shoes.
We like to keep our house cold,
Okay.
and so it keeps my tootsies warm.
Warm toes, cold house. It's good.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, straight into the slippers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go enjoy a cup of coffee
Okay. At home or somewhere else?
at home.
Home coffee. Okay. Home brew.
No, I love them to death. My two favorite people in the world,
Yeah.
Millie and Martha.
Yeah.
Martha's probably already up as well.
Okay.
She immediately is going to go get dressed. I'm going to go find myself alone for a moment.
Okay.
I got a nice little chair in my living room.
Okay.
Going to go sit there.
Like 2 hands on the mug. You gonna hold it?
Do a little
Okay.
reading.
Okay.
But yeah, enjoy a cup of coffee right
Okay.
out of the gate.
Okay.
Before I do anything. Toes warm, fingers warm, belly's warm.
Just good. Warm inside
Reading.
now. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a temperature sub theme throughout this.
Because I probably got about a 30, 40-minute window
before Malia's up.
for Malia's up.
And the whole house is a little different.
Very different.
Very different. Okay.
What time are you getting up? What are you doing?
5 a.m. getting up. So we've been pushing from
God,
5.
you've already been up an hour?
We've already been up for an hour. Well, we could do the workout thing.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. 5 a.m. is a big glass of water and sitting in my blue chair downstairs from my grandpa reading. So it's the quiet of the house. I've been trying to journal a little more this year, but like there's a couple things that are about to happen that I'm going to talk about that when they happen, really the rest of the day can't go wrong.
Okay.
And that's kind of been the thing that like I've been working really hard towards. So like 5 to like 5:30, 5:40 is like water or like a pre-workout drink or whatever kind of thing. It's the quiet time. It's the me time.
Okay.
And then it's like 5:35, 5:40, go to the gym, work out for an hour. Like full mind, full brain, tired body. Like once we get full brain, tired body, we're ready.
Okay.
Come back by 7 and then help with the kids. And because they're waking up like 6:50, 7 o'clock. Help with the kids, make coffee then. So I
What
don't
time do they have to be at school?
we leave the house 8:10. 8:10 is the magic time. So because they have to get there to school before 8:30.
Okay.
So
Malia's got to be there at 7:45.
that's super early. Yeah. That's look at you with the drive. That's why you were texting about the drive up line so early. You're out there fighting.
The drive-up line. Can I say what I said?
Yeah, you can. we have parents that are listening.
I'm not a fan of any sort of scare tactics when
Okay.
it comes to evangelism, any of that kind of stuff. But I think if
There's a judgment house coming.
the part of the judgment house was just the parent pickup line gone wrong, like that's just eternity.
So the judgment house starts in the parking lot.
Yeah,
just on
if you're
loop.
like, you want to know what hell's like? Here it is.
You're in the
People
car
are like,
and you can't leave.
Well,
yeah,
sign me up.
right.
Yeah.
Crossing walk guards yelling at you, try to get out of your car.
It all goes fine until like that one person that's like, I can turn left here.
No, you can't.
Brandon's late for school. And you're like, okay, buddy.
I've got a meeting. We all do.
Okay, so
kids helping out 7, 8. Kids dropped off by 8,
Yeah.
15. I call you at 8:28. That's always the call to you.
so, I had my time
Yeah.
till about 6:30, 6:45.
Yeah.
I jump in the shower, do all that kind of stuff. Martha's already out by
Yep.
then. And then we're getting Malia around, all
Yep.
that kind of stuff. Drop her off at school. I'm normally back.
You go back to the house?
Yeah, I go back
okay,
to the house.
okay. Ready to work. Like you're driving back to the house, ready to work.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I would immediately go into it.
Okay.
Morning is best for me.
Okay. Best for what kind of work? Because that's a real question that I want to know.
Okay, so I guess this is dream day. This
This
like
is dream
normal.
day. No, you pick. Because for me, I actually want, as soon as I get off the phone with you, I talk to you on the phone until I get either to a coffee shop or here. If I get to pick, I'm going to a coffee shop where like I can control how busy it is, where it's just a little busy but not too
Okay.
busy. And I want if I can, 9 to noon, uninterrupted, to do the work that I need to get done.
Yes.
The work,
Okay,
the
so
work, the writing, the doing, the
this
planning.
is hard because if we start talking about good normal day, a good normal day is me go back to my house.
Yeah.
And then I'm like you. Dude, I feel like, and even if I don't have to drop off Malia, if I can start to work at like 7 a.m.,
Yeah.
I can grind every day till 1.
Yeah. And then do whatever.
And yeah. I mean, I'm talking like boom, 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 nonstop.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to eat lunch.
Yeah.
I actually work really, really well.
And just that heavy
way.
block of time.
Yes.
It's good.
But it's got to be the morning.
You're right.
Like if I try to start at like 10 or so for that,
Yeah.
I'm still only going to go
Stuttering. Yeah. Hit your cap.
But if
'cause you're getting
if we're
older.
talking my favorite day,
Best day.
I'm probably going to drop Malia off and then I'm going to head this way.
Oh, okay.
Because for me, like getting
Thanks, man. That means a lot. Yeah. Need that drive.
for me, like when we get to podcasts, when we get to shoot videos,
best.
those are the best.
Yeah.
If we get to jump in on any meetings, so like I'm a guy, I love meetings.
Okay.
I know some people are like, oh my god, that could have been email.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I like
why would
talking.
you ever email when you could meet?
We just talk about it. Let's talk about the email.
yeah. Nothing.
That is the Chad response. Great email. Let's meet to talk about it at 1.
Correct.
That's it.
Dude, because here's the
He's that guy.
you get more out of it. And it's
Sure.
Sure. Especially with what we get to do now.
Yeah.
Okay, right? A lot of it is like writing, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And we work from the house. Like we both went from being on church staff,
Yeah.
where we're around a lot of people a lot of time,
All the time.
to a role that where if we're not traveling, like we're not around a lot of people.
That's right. Yeah.
So anyways, I'm going to then jump in the car. I'm going to be here probably by like 9-ish.
Okay, great. I got 40 minutes to get things done.
You've got other days.
That's fine. This is your day. Yeah, this is your day. This is your day.
Yeah. So I'm going to show up. You're going to have everything already set up.
Much like today.
Wow.
Wow. Called it. Fortuitous.
So we'll show up. We're going to shoot parent partner videos. Then we're going to go into podcasting.
Okay.
We're going to at least knock out one.
One, then lunch, then another. That seems to be a good rhythm.
Yes. No. This is perfect day.
Oh, perfect day. Okay.
Perfect day.
Video, podcast.
We hit a podcast.
Yeah.
Or we do parent partner videos in the morning.
Yeah.
Into podcast.
Yeah.
Into an amazing lunch. Holy smokes. I don't even know. We had a Groupon.
We did. It was good and cheap. Yeah.
And we're going to hit a great meal. It's going to be great. Then,
Yeah.
oh, wait, boom. We have essentials this week.
Yeah.
You and I jumping on a plane at 1.
Oh, afternoon flight? Okay.
We're flying somewhere.
Yeah, dream day. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Yeah. Land that night, have dinner with Nathan and Ben.
Oh, for real.
Just land and dinner, yeah.
Seeing Nathan in the airport, that'll just make you
Just
happy.
make you so good.
So yeah, we land, we go have dinner.
Yeah.
Answer some emails through there.
Yeah.
We do Zoom, or not Zoom, but FaceTime.
Yeah.
With Martha and Malia.
Yeah.
You normally do with your
Times is good.
boys.
Yeah, that's good.
Meet with them, get checked in.
Love it.
That's a good day.
That's a good day. It's a really good day.
That's a travel day. We'll get to speak tomorrow, but
It's a good day. Most of the same. I mean, recording with you is great. It almost feels like a different kind of day.
I know that's
It's
not
a couple
like,
different kind of days. For maybe we need to revisit
What I
and do a
explained,
whole
we don't get to
week.
do a lot.
I say we're not always. I do appreciate you coming up. You come about once every other week or though. And we need to do this. After I work, I want a big brunch. So I typically don't have much of breakfast until later on. That's just like, I don't know. For me, I work more efficient if I'm a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
And so I love the working really hard from like 9 a.m. to like noon, and then doing like big breakfast food then. And so if I'm dream day, work really hard, right? Do 2 cups of coffee, and then I'm having brunch with somebody. Like somebody's in town, either youth pastor friend, somebody coming through, you, whoever. A big brunch. We're talking about stuff, big ideas, and then the afternoon is like either some kind of like we do soul care calls, and so just being able to check in with somebody and kind of like again very relational stuff, either in a meeting where we're like moving the needle on like the next event thing that we're planning or conference thing or like content planning, or it's like a care call of being there, being a part. And so anything that I can do to make those afternoon things like the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock meeting is my favorite meeting because I value the meeting, I do, but I want it then.
You want it end of the day?
No, my day's not done yet. Like that's when I'm starting to get in a little bit of a lull or whatever. I need other people, and so that's where I need other people to weigh in and do. Because if I'm just like, if I have a 1 o'clock meeting at 2 o'clock, at 2 o'clock I am not feeling the motivation. Like I am like,
see, I do that any time of the day. Man,
you just wired up. So yeah, so afternoon meetings. Kids from school, and then I appreciate a good evening phone call with pastor friend. Like, that's one of those that like I try to at least text and figure out like if there's somebody between that like 5 and 6 before dinner, if I can catch somebody at the right place of just like catch up, talk, do. I think like that's always a little blessing for both parties after a full day of just being like, man, how are you? And so that's always a good day. So just like that. And
so you don't really want to.
I didn't want to see you. No, that's a different plan. No, ministry wise though, in the office, it was flipped though.
Okay, yeah. So student
ministry wise, it was flipped. So like my favorite thing to do, because we had so many requirements of meetings, is anything to push all those meetings before lunch. So in the afternoon, I felt free.
Same way.
Anytime you have a 9 a.m. meeting and then the 1 or 2 o'clock meeting in the same day,
your whole day's gone.
Your day's gone because the 9 o'clock meeting runs long, and then you're like, oh, I'm tired. I guess we got to eat before this next one.
You don't have enough time to really get
I'll give you 2 big meetings a day. You can either have 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. If you're going to split session them morning and afternoon, you got to figure it out. Like that.
You're full day.
Yeah. It's too much. So.
So mine was the same. Like I wanted meetings in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I tried to always be out of the office.
Okay.
By 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Not going home, but
just like, wherever else you need to go.
I wanted to be out meeting with people in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Because that seemed to work best with folks.
Yeah. People trying to slip away from work for a coffee, college students, whoever. Yep.
So, I would often I actually would, once I left my house, a student pastor, I would normally find myself coffee shop.
Okay.
Do a little bit of like, if I was working on a sermon.
Yeah.
My breakdown was always Monday, Tuesday morning work on talks.
Okay.
And then did mess with it on Wednesday. But writing in the morning, and then if I'd go into the office, like if we had a 10 o'clock meeting or whatever, jump into that. And then a lot of times our thing was, for a while at some of the churches we worked at, was you never eat alone.
Okay. That's a good policy. So either with a staff member or volunteer, parent, someone.
So like you're primarily with people not on staff.
Okay.
And so connecting with either leaders, parents, those kind of things. And so like if you're
just anything to keep you outward facing.
Right.
That's good.
So do that lunch, maybe come back if there were some other like thing that we had going on.
Yeah.
But then in the afternoon was when I tried to really connect with students.
See, that's Tuesdays at 2 became like camp out time, either for other ministers, students, or leaders. Because that was, we were in Oklahoma City serving Tuesday afternoons. It seemed like some schools would have like early release or whatever. And so you could camp out at the Starbucks that was kind of at the cross section of a couple places, and you could just have like drop-ins. And that was always a really, because it was highly relational, but it was like that easy, like, sometimes you had a lot of friends show up. Other times it was like you could read a little bit. And so I love that, like, I'm officing somewhere else because I'm going to be distracted. I'd like to be distracted, not just with other work folks.
Yeah.
And
so I did student ministry a little bit ago. Okay. So we were still allowed, the churches I worked at and the cities we worked at, we were still allowed on campuses, things like that. And so my kind of like thing that I would do in the afternoon, because at about 2:00, students went into their final period,
Yeah.
which was often sports for a lot of them.
Okay.
And so 2:00, I could roll in to the basketball practice, football
Okay.
practice, volleyball, whatever, hang out,
Just be in the room, in the gym. Yeah,
whatever.
That's good.
And to be very honest, that allowed me to not have to be in a bunch of the games.
Okay.
Because I was like connecting with the sports kids at practice,
Yeah.
and I wasn't giving up a lot of my evening
Evenings, that's good.
times away
Yeah.
from my family.
That's good.
And so I'd connect with them in that way, get to see. It also allowed much more bandwidth to be able to like get to know coaches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if you're the guy showing up for practice, hanging out, seeing everybody,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, let me help you.
Ironically, it's less
stuff up.
awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so got to connect and get to know people that way. And so that was always a really good deal. But yeah, when I was a student pastor, I would get stuff done. I always had a great relationship with all the senior pastors I worked with. So there was always that trust of, hey, like he's out there doing what he needs to be doing.
Well, especially if you can establish it early in the morning. I feel like most of the folks that run into some kind of issue with their senior pastor and schedule, it's because they're flipping it and they're like, well, I'm going to take it slow this morning. I'm going to come in this afternoon and like kind of ramp it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that sometimes it may feel like you need that, but like whatever your senior leader, senior pastor's rhythm is, like find a way to like give a nod to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're a super early riser, at least come in and do the like backpack is in my chair. I saw everybody and then I'm going to go out to breakfast. I mean, again, depending on where you live and what makes sense for you, there are some little maneuvers of just like letting them know, hey, I'm checking in.
You're actually working.
I'm work. My day has. You haven't seen me that much, but my day has started. Even if it's through the group text of like, "Hey y'all, how are we doing this morning?" I just want everybody to know I'm gonna stop here. Like just over communicate the like that you had a travel plan for the day, so that way if you're rolling in at 1 p.m. to like get your writing and planning and meeting stuff done, they knew that morning was loaded up with FCA at a school and a breakfast with a parent. That lands a lot different if I knew that you were at the FCA at a school and having breakfast with a parent instead of just I haven't seen you until 11:30 that morning. It lands different. So, but yeah, no, Workday stuff, man, it's fun. Love to hear y'all's too. Share, let us know.
Okay, so real talk.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with my buddies not too long ago. End of day.
Ooh, what's the wind down?
What time you going to bed?
Man, I like going to bed by 10 because I'm old.
Okay.
Because I'm getting up early again. And so anytime I get to bed before 11, I feel pretty good the next day.
Okay.
But we get the boys to bed about 8. Usually 8 to 10 is Karen and I's time to like watch an episode of something and read a little bit or whatever and go to bed. But yeah, 10's kind of magic. You up late? What are you doing?
Not late. So Malia's bedtime is 8.
Okay.
And so
Just
yeah, she's pretty decent.
Okay.
We'll start winding down up until that. But then after 8, there's a little window that I like there that I'll jump on and play a little video game with the boys.
Is that Call of Duty time? Okay. Okay.
Dude,
It's Popcorn Bag on Xbox Live.
I used to be able to grind for a while.
Okay.
Now I've realized I've got an hour in it most. I can't play video games.
You got a cardio limit? Yeah.
After about an hour, I'm like, I'm done. All right, cool. I've been killed by a 10-year-old a lot in that hour.
They're not tired at all.
So, but about 9, I'm probably heading to bed.
Oh, 9? Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
9:30,
all right.
10,
I like it.
right? I'd say heading
You're
to bed.
seasoned. You're seasoned. I like it.
I'm probably going to lay there, probably watch an episode of The West Wing.
I do like that you have.
I love The West Wing.
Oh, it's it's a comfort show, right? Yeah. Do you ever like fall asleep to it? Do you like put it on and like
All the time.
Okay.
And I've watched it. I've watched The West Wing
So many times.
so many times. I know that back in my hand. So I
Dude.
wake up, I'm like, oh, Josh Lyon's doing what?
4 episodes worth. All right. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, all right, we love to hear from you, friends. Hopefully, you are mapping out the beginnings of an excellent year into an excellent week that starts with an excellent day. So, until next time, we'll see you.
Snap.